Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to a deep dive we're calling The Confidence That Comes from Knowing Your Marketing is Working.
And that confidence, I mean, that's really the ultimate prize for any small business owner, isn't it?
It is.
It means you're not just guessing anymore. You're executing strategies that you know lead to sales, to foot traffic, and that lets you focus on the business you actually love.
Absolutely. And I think we have to start with this sort of fundamental truth that often gets overlooked,
What's that?
that local small businesses, they do not need a Fortune 500 marketing budget to succeed.
Not at all.
The secret weapon, the thing that huge corporations just cannot replicate, is trust. It's those personal relationships, that authentic neighborhood connection.
That's such a powerful point because the playing field, in a way, has never been more level. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You, the local owner, you have a smartphone. You have access to free platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Google. They're the very same tools the giants are using.
So your advantage isn't the size of your budget.
No. It's the quality of your local knowledge. It's your inherent authenticity.
So our mission today is pretty clear. We're going to give you a roadmap to, tap into that authenticity and create meaningful content that costs little more than your time and your creativity.
Right. This is about building a sustainable system, not just throwing money at ads.
Which is key, because we get it. The core tension here is that content creation always falls to the bottom of the list when you're also juggling inventory and staffing.
And customer service and everything else. So you need a system that actually fits into an already busy workflow. And this deep dive, well, it's designed to deliver exactly that.
Just think about the difference between a massive chain store and, your neighborhood expert.
Night and day.
That local hardware store owner who posts a 45-second video on Instagram showing exactly how to fix a leaky faucet.
Mm-hmm.
Or the baker sharing the story behind her grandma's cookie recipe.
They aren't just selling products. They're sharing expertise. They're building a community. And that relational approach, that's what builds real confidence.
And to get that confidence, you have to start with clarity. You have to define what success even looks like, which is, I think, the piece that's so often missing.
It is. A story really helps here. Think about Mariana, the owner of Sweet Crumb Bakery. Her Instagram used to be just, random pictures of pretty cakes.
Right.
Then she started a strategic plan. So at 5:30 in the morning, she wasn't just kneading dough. She was also writing a post about her grandmother's sourdough secrets, tying it to a specific goal.
And the result.
6 weeks later, her Saturday traffic had doubled.
See, the difference wasn't a professional photographer. It was the power of having a focused objective. When your budget is tight, every single post has to earn its keep.
You can't afford that scattershot approach, which is why we recommend modifying the classic goal-setting framework. We call it SMART. Simple, measurable, affordable, relevant, and time-boxed.
And that M for measurable is where people get tripped up. They think they need some kind of complex software.
Exactly. So let's just break it down with a simple fill-in-the-blank template. It goes like this. By a specific time frame, we will use a chosen strategy to achieve a measurable goal so that we get a desired outcome.
That forces you to think about action and consequence.
For instance, increase Tuesday evening walk-ins by 15% within 60 days through Instagram content featuring our weekday specials. Now that's a goal with teeth.
Okay, but let's address the elephant in the room. If you're a single owner shop, how do you even measure a 15% increase? Isn't counting foot traffic a huge drain?
That's a fair challenge. And it brings us right to the metrics that actually matter.
We have to avoid what we call vanity metrics.
Oh, absolutely. Total page followers, post likes, video views. They look great, they feel fantastic, but they don't pay the rent. They're just noise.
Purely ego-driven.
The metrics that matter are action metrics, the ones linked to a transaction. We're talking about new customer visits, coupon redemptions from a specific post, workshop signups.
Or even just those phone calls you get directly from your Google listing.
Exactly. And the good news is you already have free tools for this. Your POS system tracks revenue. Your Google Business Profile insights tell you who clicked directions.
And for the smaller stuff, a simple tally sheet or a special coupon code is enough.
And here's a crucial tip. Don't track daily. Checking metrics every day just creates anxiety, and you start confusing signal for noise. Check once a week.
Right. Look for the patterns.
Look at Ellis Hardware. Their goal is to make 3 how-to videos to increase workshop registrations by 20% over 8 weeks. Their POS system tracked the signups. It directly connected their content to revenue. That's the loop you need to close.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the local audience goldmine. This is where small businesses have, a massive inherent advantage.
I love the story of that Portland coffee shop. They spent 3 grand on these sleek, professionally shot Instagram videos.
Hmm.
The tables were still empty. They were pitching this corporate idea of coffee when all their neighbors really wanted was, well, vegan pastries.
So what happened?
The very next plant-based story they ran, filmed quickly on a phone. They sold out in 2 hours. That is the power of listening to your local market.
It's the perfect illustration. Guessing what your customers want is the fastest way to burn through a limited marketing budget.
And big corporations spend millions on focus groups to try and replicate the casual daily contact you already have. That contact is your content studio.
So we need a system for turning those counter chats into content gold.
Yes.
And here it is, a simple, practical system. Keep a small notebook behind the counter or a shared digital note. Train your staff to ask powerful, open-ended questions like, what brought you in today?
Or even, what's one thing we could add that would bring you back sooner? Don't pitch, just listen.
You just record the answers?
That raw first-party data is the highest value information you can get. It tells you the exact problems your local community is trying to solve and the exact language they use.
Look at the hardware store example again. They kept hearing the same questions about fixing drafty windows before winter.
Right, a seasonal problem.
So the owner filmed a 60-second draft proofing 101 video based on those conversations. It brought in 43 new customers who were specifically buying weather stripping and caulk.
The content was pre-validated by actual customer interest.
And you can push this even further with really brief surveys, right?
Ultra brief. We're talking under 2 minutes. Use QR codes on receipts, Instagram question stickers, things like that. The key is making them so short they're irresistible.
And how you frame it is everything. Nobody wants to complete a survey.
No. But that coffee shop we mentioned, they doubled their response rate just by renaming the link to "Help us create your perfect morning routine."
Because people want to feel heard. They want to contribute to their community.
Exactly. And beyond your own counter, customers are leaving clues online right now. You can use free tools for a little treasure hunt.
Like what?
Google Trends. You can type in a service, say, house cleaning, and then add your city name. It shows you local interest spikes, so maybe you see that people only search for gutter cleaning in November.
And the biggest secret weapon in Google search results is that people also ask section.
Oh, it's fantastic. It reveals the exact specific questions customers are typing in. It's perfect fodder for blog posts and short videos.
You should also be looking at platforms like Nextdoor or just scanning your Yelp and Google reviews.
For sure. There was a Chicago pet store that noticed all these Nextdoor posts about dog anxiety during thunderstorms. What do? They immediately created a thunderstorm survival guide on Instagram.
Timely, helpful, and it addressed a local community-specific pain point.
Okay, so now we know what to say. Let's talk about storytelling and production on a shoestring budget.
Yes. And we are firmly in the camp of authenticity over expensive equipment.
Absolutely. Take the neighborhood florist in Tulsa. Instead of hiring a videographer, she started filming quick STEM stories reels on her smartphone.
What were they about?
Just sharing the backstory of exotic blooms, showing her hands arranging bouquets. She brought in 27 new customers in the first month.
Because people connect with the human element, the passion.
And the smartest approach when you're strapped for time is repurposing. The goal is to create one core piece of content, say a 3-minute demo video, and then slice it up.
You turn it into multiple assets.
Exactly. A blog transcript, a short, quote, graphic for Facebook, a blurb for your newsletter. You multiply your impact with one investment of time.
Your pocket studio is your phone. Let's talk quick, impactful video tips.
Okay, 3 things. First, always shoot vertical. That's 9.16 for social media feeds. And keep it snappy, under 60 seconds.
That's it.
Use captions. Around 85% of social videos are watched with the sound off.
And third, lighting, which is free and easy.
Just film near a window for that soft, natural light and switch your phone to airplane mode so you don't get interrupted. Simple tweaks that make a huge difference.
What about people who dread writing? The blank page is terrifying.
Well, what's wonderful here is how easy it is to get around that. Don't write a blog post. Record yourself talking.
You mean just talk it out?
Yeah. Set up your phone, press record, and spend 5 minutes answering a common customer question out loud. Then use a free transcription tool like otter.ai.
And it turns your speech into text.
You just tidy it up, add some headings, and boom, you have a ready-to-publish FAQ blog post that sounds natural because it is.
This also leads nicely into micro podcasts, doesn't it?
They're fantastic for building deeper connections. Keep them short, 5 to 15 minutes. Use them for local partner shoutouts. You can put a QR code at your checkout. Listen to our weekly tip on your drive home.
And you have to embrace the authenticity advantage. Small flaws make you relatable.
Stop aiming for Hollywood perfection. Record in one take. Use bullets, not a full script. Your viewers want to see you, the expert, not some polished corporation.
Which is why user-generated content, or UGC, is so incredibly powerful.
It delivers instant trust. Your customers promoting your business on their own channels will always outperform anything you pay a professional to create.
The Ugly Sunday Challenge at a local ice cream shop is a perfect example.
I love this one.
They just encourage people to make and tag the most bizarre sundaes. It generated 50 tagged photos in a weekend, which was free content for them.
And crucially, it revealed flavor combinations customers were excited about, which inspired 3 new menu items. It's content creation that doubles as market research.
Okay, we've built the content. Now we have to make sure the right neighbors actually see it.
And the stakes here are massive. Near me, searches have jumped 900% in recent years. Your advantage is proximity.
The key to visibility is focusing on hyperlocal phrases. Forget generic stuff like best bakery.
You need high transactional intent phrases, things like same-day bike tune-up open Sunday or vegan pastries near Main Street. These show the customers ready to buy now.
There was a pet grooming service in East Austin that realized this. They stopped just saying dog grooming. They changed their digital listings to same-day dog grooming East Austin.
And what was the impact?
Booking calls increased 30% in 3 weeks, just by matching the exact language pet owners were searching for.
And your Google business profile, your GBP, often ranks higher than your actual website in local search. It is your single most important digital storefront. You have to optimize it.
It's straightforward. First, add photos. Businesses with photos see 42% more requests for directions.
That's a huge number.
Second, use the weekly posts feature on your GBP for events or specials. A secondhand store started posting new arrivals every Thursday to drive weekend traffic. It worked.
And third, answer every Q&A question and enable messaging. Be responsive.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, social media is really the sidekick here. It amplifies your mission and boosts your local SEO.
But don't stretch yourself thin. Don't try to be on 5 platforms at once. Match the platform to your customers.
A visual product shop belongs on Instagram. A hardware store promoting workshops might do better with Facebook events.
Focus your energy where your customers actually are. And remember, consistency beats frequency. You don't need to post 5 times a day.
Design a 1-hour-a-week posting routine.
Spend the first 30 minutes batch creating content outline, capture, edit, schedule. Use the second 30 minutes to engage, respond to every comment, analyze last week's results.
And be smart about your content ratio. A good rule of thumb is 60% value posts tips, advice 20% selling posts, and 20% community posts.
You have to build trust before you earn the right to sell.
And finally, turn those followers into actual neighbors. Use local discovery features religiously, location tags, geostickers in stories, location keywords in your captions.
All those little signals tell the algorithms that you are hyper-local.
The local fitness studio that offered a complimentary session for neighbors in a specific Facebook group and then a free coffee next door.
They generated 12 signups in a month. That combination of digital location targeting and physical community partnership is unbeatable.
Okay, so we've done all the work, we've created the content, but here's the hard truth. Most local owners admit they don't actually track if their efforts lead to sales.
And content marketing without measurement is just really expensive guesswork. You have to close the loop.
The local plant shop is a great example. They noticed their Friday Find Reels generated these spikes in Google business direction requests every Saturday morning.
So they cross-referenced that with their POS data.
And found a 22% uplift in weekend revenue that was directly correlated to those videos. That data gave them the confidence to keep investing their time in Reels.
So this raises an important question. How do you filter out the noise and figure out which metrics are worth your time? For a busy owner, this is key.
We use what we call the 3 Qs filter.
Okay, what are they?
First, does the metric quantify revenue or visits? Second, does it show quick movement after you post content? And third, can you affect it quickly with adjustments?
Let's test it. Total follower count.
Fails all 3. It doesn't quantify revenue, it moves slowly, and one post won't move the needle.
Okay, what about get directions clicks on your GBP?
Passes all 3. That's a metric you focus on.
So you need to establish a rhythm of improvement. Put a recurring 15-minute appointment on your calendar. First Monday metrics.
And in that meeting, just ask 3 questions. What content worked best last month? What didn't land? And what will we try differently next month?
It formalizes the measurement without draining your time.
And be patient, but also principled. Apply the 70% rule. Don't abandon a strategy based on one bad post. Look for patterns over 3 or 4 pieces of content.
But if a tactic consistently delivers under 70% of its target for 2 cycles in a row, it's time to tweak it or pivot entirely.
The taco truck that tested 2 different visuals is a perfect example of this.
Right, they compared a basic photo of their menu board versus a really nice plated food shot for a Google business post.
And the plated food shot drove 30% more clicks to their website. They learned an invaluable lesson with a simple 5-minute test.
Let your data guide these little micro experiments.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? You now have a low-cost, systematic way to turn your local stories into real, measurable foot traffic and sales.
And that consistent, authentic effort is what delivers the confidence that your marketing is actually working.
Your community connections, your personal stories, that is the single most valuable marketing advantage that no corporation can ever replicate.
Protect that. Nurture it. Turn it into content.
We'd encourage you right now to take a victory inventory. Just take 5 minutes and write down 10 quick wins you've had.
Things like your highest performing post or the first review that mentioned your content, or even just the time you saved by repurposing a video.
Celebrate those small moments of success.
And finally, remember that while digital platforms will constantly evolve, your core storytelling principles will remain steady. As you gain this data-driven confidence, maybe consider setting a structured growth roadmap.
A way to test bigger ideas with low risk.
For example, you could commit to a quarterly experiment. Like in Q3, you'll launch a customer story mini podcast with a simple $30 microphone.
And you'd set the success metric as, say, a 15% increase in your email click-through rates.
Block out that weekly content power hour and that monthly metrics check-in. These are non-negotiable meetings with your most important client, your own business.
Keep creating, keep measuring, and keep growing. Your neighborhood is absolutely ready for your story.